Do you know what I like to do when I cut my finger wide open? I like to look at some baseball cards. Yeah, so I cut my finger wide open. I was making myself a can of soup after my workout, and the pulley thingy, the pulley thingy, the pulley thingy broke off. So took a can opener and I went around, but it wasn't doing the job. I kept going around because it was kind of down in the lid. And so I got it like halfway. And you probably know where I'm going with this. But when I got it halfway, it looked like I could just stick my finger in there and pull it up. But my finger got stuck and I cut it wide open. And I didn't want to be a sissy and go get stitches like everybody else. So I did what all collectors do. I pieced it back together with some painter's tape. You know, I find different collections are like fingerprints. No two are exactly alike. And I see all the people here on YouTube and watch them show their collections, watch them do their favorite top 25, favorite 50, or most valuable 25, most valuable 50, or their recent pickups. And you know, it's all very, very unique. And I just think that's awesome. I have a very eclectic collection, and it's certainly unique to me. You know, I think for most of us older collectors, we pretty much have all the Topps cards. You know, you see the Topps cards over and over and over. But there are so many of the non-Topps issues and all the sets that were made before Topps was even making baseball cards, right? And just an infinite amount of things that we can collect. And it gets overwhelming sometimes. How do you pick and choose what you want to collect? You know, if you're building a set, and there still are some of us set collectors around, you know, your money for those last cards you need for that set compete with money for cards you might want more. You know, like let's say that your least favorite Willie Mays is 1963, but you need it for your 1963 set, and you don't have some of his other cards that you like better. I think we all struggle with, should I buy the 63 and complete my set, or should I buy one I like better? We only have so much money to go around for our collecting, but it's just interesting for me to see people's collections and see how unique they are. And in some cases, how similar they are to what I collect. Like my man Aaron at Value Vintage. We have so many cards in common. I always laugh when he shows a video. But I wanted to show you a set, an insert set from Topps that is really a great little set to collect. Much cheaper, much less expensive to put together than the regular Topps cards. So these were inserted in 1969 Topps, and they are the decals. Here's the Reggie Jackson. And of course, this is his rookie card year. A nice little alternative to the rookie card. These little decals are blank back. They have a back layer. Sometimes you'll find them with the back removed. At first glance, you really can't tell. Now, they had a big find in 2001 of half the set in rolls. There were 2 large rolls of these found for half the set. And if you get the vintage, what's it called? The catalog of vintage baseball cards, they have an asterisk next to the ones that were found there. And you can go in there and look to see. but some of them were, in that find, so they're going to have a lot more. You're going to find them a lot more often. But some of the big stars are not in there. For instance, Mickey Mantle was not in that find. Hank Aaron wasn't in that find. Roberto Clemente wasn't in that find. So there are some big stars that do have less than others. There's the Mays. There's the Clemente. Now, Topps was so good about doing inserts back in the 60s. And, in 70 and 71, they did the scratch-offs. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the last year they did the inserts. If I'm not mistaken, because when I was growing up, we didn't have inserts in our cards like they did in the 60s. The only one that I did get is I went to Canada with my grandparents in 1982, and they bought me a box of 1982 O-Pee-Chee cards. And I put the whole set together. In those cards, they had insert posters for the Blue Jays and the Expos. And I got all the posters except for one. I believe it's number 11, and I've never been able to find one. I don't know if it was short printed to get kids to keep chasing or what the deal is there, but I've never been able to find one to complete my poster set. And I think they made that poster set for O-Pee-Chee in 81 too. I know they made it at least 2 years, but Topps kind of stopped making the inserts that were so prevalent throughout the 60s. Here's Hank Aaron. Here's a great Tom Seaver. Here's a Pete Rose. Bob Gibson. Carl Yastrzemski. Denny McLean. Maury Wills. Louis Tiant. Willie Horton. Now I need to get some more of my 1948 BCW inserts. That's what I have these in here. So here are the other ones I have. Rusty Staub. Tim McCarver. Don Clendenin. Your MVP of the Miracle Mets World Series. This is Hoyt Wilhelm. Hard to function with this. Jim Wynn. Would they call him the toy cannon? Ken Harrelson. And this is Rick Reichert. Wasn't he the first bonus baby in the Major League Draft, I believe? This is Foy. And who is... Oh, this is another Rick. I got doubles. It's interesting for vintage. We always say there's no such thing as doubles because no two look alike. Look at the different color on these. Just a perfect example of what we talk about when we say that. So those are my 1969 decals. I thought I'd share them with you. That's what I have for you. What's going on here? Is it an issue if I have lockjaw? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I got to go.